Can you really file your own taxes? Yes. Here is how. Hi everyone, I am James Karanja, founder of CASHPAP Academy. I want to welcome you to today's session. Can you really file your own taxes? Yes. Here is how. Now, if you have ever paid someone hundreds of dollars to do your taxes and still had no idea what they actually did, you are in the right place. After more than 20 years in tax preparation, I have decided it's time to pull back the curtain and show everyday people how this really works. Step by step. At CASHPAP Academy, our mission is simple. We don't just make money, we make sense of it. By the end of today's session, you will know whether you are ready to file your own taxes, the biggest mistakes most people make when they try to do it alone, and how you can follow my exact step-by-step system to file confidently this coming tax season. Sounds good? Let's dive in. Okay, we are going to sign into FreeTaxUSA. And this is the same software that you are going to create your own account in. I'm going to share my screen on FreeTaxUSA. Share. Now I hope you can see my screen. And I'm going to put in the name that I'll be using for just for helping you understand. So there we go. Okay, we are getting in. And this is 2025. This 2025 tax return, and we want to change it to 2024 because what I want to show you is the difference when you do standard deduction and itemized deduction. So what I will do is I'll go to prior year tax return, 2024. This is what I have already prepared. I have prepared both for 2024 and 2025. So we are going to sign in again for 2024. Okay. And you're going to do the same. You create an account, okay, and you'll be following the way I'm doing. Okay, we are in 2024 tax return, and I'm going to show you now the difference between, I would show you an example of how you can add a W-2. It's very simple, very easy. We are doing a return for John and Jane Doe. So these are not real people. So, and the information, like their social security numbers, they are not real. So these are created numbers. The years are created and the numbers are created. They are not real. I'm not using real people's information. So this is just an example. If you want to add a W-2, let's say you want to add a W-2 for John, you can upload that W-2 through PDF, or you can enter it manually. So let's say, for example, you want to upload the PDF. This one, you go to your computer to where you have saved the information. And let's say, for example, where you have saved is here. So the W-2, say you want to add, that's Jack's, but so if you click here, you import the W-2. If you want to import the W-2, now let's take, for example, this is John's W-2. So here you're going to go through the W-2 to make sure this is the real W-2. And you see the numbers are already there. Okay, make sure those numbers are what you can see on the physical form. Okay. and you click this is the correct W-2 and you are good to go. But since this is not the correct W-2, we are going to cancel. That I was just showing you how to do it. Okay, so we are going to delete this one. We're going to delete this. Yes, delete it. And if you want to add another a W-2, you can also add it manually. So you hit continue, then you can enter according to what is written on that physical form. If it's your own W-2, you can see what is written on box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5, box 6, just like that. You follow just what is written there. If it's box 15 for the state, you put in your state, the employer ID number, and how much is the wages and the state income. If it has the local wages, you do the same. You just enter it there. Okay, so you hit save and continue. Okay, that's just by the way, because what I want us to learn about is the difference between itemized deduction and standard deduction. Okay, all right. So now let's say, for example, we have here a 1098, the homeowner expenses from 1098, which has the mortgage interest, property taxes, and PMI points and other information on 1098. So, and we have this amount here is on the 1098. Once you add the 1098, which you can add manually, say, for example, we have a 1098. So continue. And these are the 1098s that we have for John, from the National Star Mortgage, from Flagstar Bank. The National Star is 4,788. Okay, so yeah, so let's say Flagstar has 24,041, then the National Mortgage has 4,768. So we hit continue. And the amount of real estate taxes you paid during 2024 is 5,605. Okay, you hit continue. And the balance is showing $556 and $22. The purchase date is showing on the 1098. The mortgage lender and the loan balance, January 2025. So, and the date is 04/25/2022. So continue. And the average balance from the mortgages that started after December 15th will be calculated on 1,156,950. So FreeTaxUSA is going to do the calculations for you to make sure how much you can claim in the mortgage interest. Okay, so it's nothing you need to worry about. They'll do that for you. So we hit continue. And based on what you have entered, your mortgage interest needs to be remitted, and we have remitted the deduction for you. Okay, so they will do that. They will do the calculation. So you don't need to think about it. So continue, you just hit the right buttons. And we see the homeowner's expenses now is 24,281, and the donations to charity is 30,785. If they had any medical expenses, it will be added. You can just add it there. Okay, you add the health insurance premiums, the long-term care insurance premiums, the doctor's expenses, and all that. Okay, so this is all in my course on itemization. So not going to go into detail on that. I just want to show you the difference between the standard deduction and the itemized deduction. So if you look at the refund here, is that 1,647. Okay, watch that when I change it. Like right now, the itemized deductions is 55,066. And if you are adding all the homeowners' expenses, the donations to charity, the taxes paid, But if we change it to the standard deduction, this is what the IRS gives you. This is no questions asked. We go by the standard deduction. If you went by the standard deduction, watch this federal refund from 31,000, how much it's gonna go to. Okay. Watch that. We just change it to standard deduction. Okay. And you just follow. On my courses, you just follow me as I walk you through. And here we go. So we continue. Watch the refund here. I've done the whole return from the beginning to the end in my courses. So you can watch from there. Okay, I want you to go there. Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't mark this. I'm sure I want to take the standard deduction. Okay, I did not mark that. So if I go ahead and mark that, you see what will happen to this refund. The refund will go down. So itemized deduction is good. If you have all those items, because you can't claim what you don't have. If you have it, then definitely you click save and continue. Okay, see the changes of $6,000 from itemized to standard deduction. So the refund goes low. So if you have those items, so definitely go ahead and claim them in the itemized deduction. If the itemized deduction is lower, then definitely go for the standard deduction. I mean, for the standard deduction, okay? So let's be honest. Taxes can feel intimidating, the forms, the jargon, the fear of making a mistake. It's enough to make anyone nervous. But here is the truth. It's not that complicated once you understand the logic behind it. Most paid preparers use the same software you can use. They just charge you for knowing which buttons to click. That's why I built CASHPAP Academy, to help you gain the confidence and knowledge to do it yourself safely, correctly, and legally. So yeah, so as I was saying, so the jargon, there's a lot of confusion, but the most preparers use the same software you can use. They just charge you for knowing which buttons to click. Okay, so as we have seen the difference, now let's look. We have seen the difference with the standard deduction and the itemized deductions. Okay, so we saw that when you use the standard deduction was lower. In this case, it was at 29,000 for a married filing jointly. If it was single, it would have been 14,000 or 13,850. But if you have the itemized items, the itemization items, then you just add them there. Okay? So filing your own taxes isn't about becoming a tax expert. It's about understanding your money. You work too hard to hand over your information every year and hope someone else gets it right. When you know how to do it yourself, you are in control, and that control saves you money year after year. Okay? Now that you have seen how simple this can be when it's explained clearly, imagine having me guide you step by step through the entire process. And that's exactly what my CASHPAP Academy tax courses do. In my courses, you will watch me file real examples inside FreeTaxUSA, learn how to claim deductions, credits, and refunds properly. You build confidence to file your own taxes with ease. Whether you are a first-time filer, homeowner, or small business owner, there is a course for you. We have level 1 for basic filing with W-2s, dependents, and credits. Okay? Then Schedule A, which is itemization, additional credits, and Schedule C, which is business income and expenses. And we have Schedule E or Level 4, which is rental income, and which is Schedule E. Okay. All right. You can enroll right now at CASHPAP Academy .store and start watching the first lesson today. Remember, this isn't financial advice. It's financial education that empowers you to make informed decisions with confidence. So I want to thank you for being here and taking the time to invest in your financial education. If there's one thing I've learned after 2 decades in this industry, it's that understanding your taxes changes how you see your money. So whether you enroll today or take what you learned and start exploring, I hope you never feel lost or intimidated by your taxes again. Because at CASHPAP Academy, we don't just make money, we make sense of it. So I hope you have understood and you will go in and enroll today. Thank you so much for watching and listening. God bless. And this is just the beginning. If you have ever wished someone would actually show you step by step how to file every part of your tax return, that's exactly what CASHPAP Academy is built for. Inside the course, what you will learn: filing basics, level 1, itemized deductions, level 2, business income and expenses, level 3, rental properties, level 4, bonus and income credit, level 5. Of birth and your address. As for me, what I'm showing you here, these are fictitious number names, not real social security numbers. That is a disclaimer. And the filing status you can see here is single. And if you have identity protection PIN, sometimes you'll get identity protection PIN from the IRS. They will send you some numbers or a letter containing some numbers called identity protection PIN. If you had a problem with your social security number, you can get that. Now, if you do, then you hit yes, I do. Then go ahead and hit here, the PIN number. Did you get an identity protection PIN? Some taxpayers have an identity protection PIN that can be used to help process their tax return. The IP PIN is a unique 6-digit PIN that is only good for the year that it is issued in. Do you have an identity PIN? So if you got the letter, which is CP01A notice from the IRS, you hit yes, and then you enter the IP PIN here, okay, and enter save. So in this case, we don't have, so we are not going to say yes, we'll say no, then we'll cross this and go back here and change it to no. Okay, the phone number, we are not going to verify the phone number right here. We may do it later, much later, but not now. Okay, so we continue, we hit continue. FreeTaxUSA is saying you can upgrade to Deluxe if you need help. That is, if you need any professional help for only $7.99. We don't need it, and I'm showing you. We hit continue. We are off to a good start. Now let's work on your 2024 income. We are on this point right now. This is where we are heading to from the personal information. We are on the point of income. We continue to income, and this is where now your W2 will be entered. Here, either I don't have any W2s. There are people who don't have any W2s, so they, so you can enter I don't have any W2 or skip for now if you want to skip. But for us, we want to enter the W2, so we hit continue. All right. So, and what are we going to do? How do you want to enter your W2? That is the question. Manually, upload PDF, or take a picture. In our case, we are going to upload PDF, but you can also take a picture of your W-2 and upload it here. So in our case, we are going to upload PDF. So we will hit that, then we go ahead and hit continue. If you can have a folder that is dedicated just for that, for the taxes, for your taxes, you have the W-2s, you have already uploaded them into your computer. We have for John Doe, and as you can see, we have also for Jane Doe, because I want, when we come to do the married filing jointly, I want us to add Jane Doe into that return. So in this case, we have John Doe as single. So I'm going to pick up his W-2. I'm going to upload it. Click open here. And here is the W-2 for John. So go ahead and import the W-2 and let's see what happens. Voila. And the W-2 is in, and the name of the employer, it says Review King County Finance Wages W-2. We can see the social security number is correct and the employer EIN number is correct. At that moment, you have a copy of your W-2 on your desk. You can see it. You can read it. So this is something you are able to confirm. Okay, so you go ahead and confirm the address. Everything is good. It looks, the name is good, the address is good. Okay, the amount 164,882, box 1 is there. The federal income tax withheld is 24,287. Okay, box 3, social security wages 164,882. Box 4, we have 10,223, which is social security tax withheld. Then box 5, Medicare wages and tips 164,882. Then on box 6, 2,391. We don't have anything on box 7. We don't have anything on box 8. We don't have anything on box 9. This is exactly what is on your W-2, is what has been uploaded. Group C, group term insurance, C on box 12 is 253. D for the employer health coverage 23,857, and the retirement is marked. The retirement is marked, but it is less. Sometimes it's not going to upload all the information, so it's important that you go through box by box for the W-2s or any other information that you're going to upload. So on this one, it's supposed to be 11,863 because I have. Join the course to unlock all the detailed guidance and resources. So add a 1098, mortgage interest. Mortgage interest is 4768. The outstanding mortgage 587,179. Okay. Mortgage origination 04/25/2022. The name of the lender. There's no real estate taxes. Was this mortgage refinanced? Did you use all the money from the loan to build? Yes. That should be good. So we hit continue. Okay, we have another 1098. On this one, the lender is Flagstar Bank. Join the course to unlock all the detailed guidance and resources. Then go to Business Income Schedule C. We already have started on the adult family home care. And you can do any other business that you're doing, landscaping, daycare, any other business, any hustler, whether it's an LLC, but a single member LLC, that is, because a single member LLC regarded as a disregarded entity by the IRS. So you can do it on Schedule C. So whatever business you can do on Schedule C, whether it's a sole proprietor, this is where you come. So you go there, go to your business, whatever name it is or whatever service you are giving. In our example, we are doing adult family home care service. So, and the expenses. We are going to the expenses. We are going to the vehicle expenses, the home office expenses, and the depreciable assets. So we go, you come here, add a vehicle. What is the make and model of your vehicle? Let's say this is a Sienna, and the automobile is a van, heavy truck or van over 6,000. And when did you place the vehicle in service? Let's say you did in 01/2024. Okay. Or we can say 2025 since we didn't work on this. So let's say 2025. Did you purchase this vehicle new? No. Okay. So what is the total miles driven for all purpose? How many miles did you drive? Say, for example, maybe you drove like 36,190, and the business miles out of this is maybe 25,000, and the rest is commuting mileage. So was this vehicle used for hire? No. Does John or Jane have another vehicle available for personal use? Yes. Was your vehicle available for use during off-duty hours? Yes. Do you have evidence to support your deductions? Yes. And this is where you have to have the documents to show, the evidence to show about the mileage that you are claiming. You should keep a record of your mileage. Otherwise, if you don't have a record, you can't claim it. Okay, you're supporting evidence written? Yes. Was this vehicle primarily used more than 5% owner or related person? Join the course to unlock all the detailed guidance and resources. Add asset, and the asset is a single family home. Or if it's a multi-family home, you go ahead and just put it the way it is. But in our case, it's a single family home. And the date pressed into service is 01/2025, because we want to start the depreciation this year. Did you purchase this asset new? The date pressed in the service is usually the date you purchase the asset, unless you owned the asset before you started business. For example, if you started your business on July 7, 2024, and started using a computer for business on August 10th, 2024, you would enter August 10, 2024 as the computer's date pressed in service. So, did you purchase this asset new? Yeah, if you bought it new, you go ahead and put new, but in this case we say no. Okay, if you sold, disposed of, or retired this asset during 2025, enter the date of the sale, disposal. When did you dispose it off? Did you sell it off? If you did, then you do. Enter the percentage for this asset used for business purposes. This is a rental property. If it's not a rental property, if it was used like 67.38%, you go ahead and put that. But in this case, this was a rental property 100%, so we go ahead and put 100%. Okay? Cost basis is usually the amount you paid for the purchase, to purchase the asset. Okay, so in this case, it's 385,000. Let's say 585,000. Okay, we hit and continue. And what category best describes your single family home at 125 Hotel Avenue? Is it a computer, equipment, real estate, rental property? Yes. So we go ahead and continue. So this is a residential rental property. So we go ahead and click that, hit continue, save and continue. Cost of land, enter the cost of land, include the cost of this for the single family home. So let's say 17,000. Okay, so the depreciation method, convention, and recovery period for this asset are listed below. If you want to make any changes to this information, go back to the depreciable asset information screen and review your asset information. If you choose other as the asset category type, you will be able to choose the depreciation life method and convention you want to use. Join the course to unlock all the detailed guidance and resources. So we are done. There's no state. If there was state, we could have put here. But Washington doesn't have income tax. No local tax too. This is a standard W-2. So we continue. And you notice something has happened. The amount here has changed to 11,102 from 9,000. So what happened? So, okay, enter any overtime for ages. No overtime. So we continue. All right. So your W-2 might have too much Social Security tax, wages, Social Security tax. Yes, it could. Yeah, that's true. Because it's just made up. I just made it up. I just changed the numbers to the ones that are there. But I didn't change the ones for the Social Security. So don't worry about the Social Security. Okay, so continue. Join the course to unlock all the detailed guidance and resources. Have you heard of a 1031 exchange? We have that in the CASHPAP Tax Course too. In the full program, I walk you through every screen, every entry, and every credit, exactly the way I have helped clients for over 2 decades. If you are ready to finally file your own tax return with confidence, accuracy, and support, then I would love to guide you inside CASHPAP Academy. Thank you for watching. Remember, at CASHPAP Academy, we don't just make money, we make sense of it.